Hello, my name is Brian Dang, and I created the app Klassy Closet Boutique. So, for my project, it was initially an app so you can buy and sell clothes from my friend's brand named company called Klassy Closet Boutique. And I asked if I can make an app for her, and she said yeah, so here we are. It's supposed to sort clothing by tag types so customers can find them easier and quicker, and for the user with user permission, the correct user permission, the ability to add and delete clothing to the available products, as well as add and delete clothing to a cart so you can check out and pay and do all that. So this is my class diagram, and you start off on the very left where it says view controller. You have a username text field and a password text field, which the user inputs both of those information and clicks either the sign in button or create account button, and it stores that into Firebase. And with the correct user that has been registered already, they can go onto the types table view controller. And this view controller, it's a table view of all the different types of clothing you can select, so you can do all products, new products, sets, etc. And then you can either go to an add view controller, but we'll talk about that in just a second. Initially, in the types view controller, it has 3 different Swift files, or actually 2 Swift files that go with it. One is item type table view cell, which just displays the label of the item types, which is all products, etc. Once again, and then it contains types, which is an array of type, and those were put in manually by me. I just kind of copied everything from their website and set it up so it looks similar in the app. And then moving on, we're going to the add view controller, and in this you're supposed to put in a name, price, description, image, add image, and you can click the add image button and it would add an image from your gallery, or you can take one with your camera. It has a reference and a handle to save it once it's finished. You're finished typing in all the stuff from the text field, and then you can go back to the types table view controller, and then from the types view controller you would go to the items table view controller, and it has the items all listed in the table view with the picture as the background. It also has the reference and handle and an array of items, which is called my items list. That's connected to the files items and item below it. Items is just an array of item, and items have all, or item has all item name, description, size, price, picture, tag, quantity, etc. Well, that's not etc, it's all of it. And then it also items table view controller also contains item table view cell, which displays all the information from the array of item, which is the image and all that. And then from the items table view controller you can go to the cart view controller, and I didn't really know how to set this up where you can actually check out and pay for it, so I thought implementing the map to the return address could be useful. Maybe not in the right area, but you can type in the address in the address text field, city, text field, state, and zip, and you would search it and it'll give you the directions from the address you inputted to the return address. And that's about it for the class diagram. So in the MVC diagram, there's the controller, view, and model Firebase database. And so we'll start with the view. The view contains all the stuff the user interacts with, displays all the items, types, shows the map, company logo, and all the text fields. And then that is connected to the controller by the user update, which updates the items table view and the map, whatever you input into it. And then it receives user actions, the view does. And that's when they tap buttons, the navigation controls, the gallery to pick from the gallery, and then the view collection view cells, which are the cells inside the table view. And then in the controller, we have that it handles login, retrieves information from the user, shares that to the Firebase, and then it also takes from the Firebase and stores that into the view, whatever data is connected to these items. And it does, and that how that's connected to the model Firebase data is that it updates it, it saves new information, saves the user, saves images, and the Firebase notifies the controller of item addition, new user logins, and user login password or user name is incorrect. And then moving on, we can go into the capabilities of the app. So in the capabilities of this app, we have the user login, create account, add photos from the camera gallery to add new products into the app. You can add a name, description, price, and tag for all the products to be sold. And I did this in a view controller where you can preview it before you actually add it to the app. And so when you click add new image, it would put the image just like how it would be out on the table view, which is really nice. And then it has the map functionality where I talked about it. It shows you the return address compared to the user input, and then obviously it displays all the products in the table view. Alright, so for the limitations of the app, I feel like there might have been too many for me to show, so I'll try to keep this short. The app is incomplete, and it's only made for the use of the owners of the Klassy Kloset Boutique. That is to add and store and delete products to be sold. Unfortunately, permanent storage is incomplete. I have stored it into Firebase, but pulling the information out of Firebase seemed a little challenging for me, and I ran out of time, unfortunately. Also, I was unable to add the cart functionality because we didn't really learn how to check someone out, and I wasn't about to partner with someone so we can actually sell these products because I don't have any. Also, the tags are also incomplete, so the types for the clothing that I added is kind of useless, but it's nice to know that it's there to be implemented. Anyways, and moving on, we're gonna go to the lessons learned. I've learned that starting with functionality is probably more important than working on the UI, especially in a timed project like this. Unfortunately, I spent a lot of time learning the UI constraints and making it look how I wanted to, so it pleased me. Also, I learned how to set up a table view with and without alphabetical sections, map, search in the map to find food, things related to it, add annotations to show you where those are. I already talked about that, but a better understanding of constraints. And I did actually learn a lot about Firebase and permanent storage in this. I definitely learned how to create a login, to create a new account, and how to use that username and check their permissions and add permissions into them. And then moving on, we have the suggestion for improvements. So it said improvements for the class or the project, and the project. So I'll start off with the class. the class had a lot of labs, and I really wish I had more time and the ability to just focus on the project more than the homework and the labs, and it was really stressful. But can't complain, some people did it. I just wish I had more time. I wish he did give us lessons about constraints and how to properly set up the UI so the app can work for all devices, all mobile devices. And I'm not sure if this also goes with the class, but I wish we could have not used Xcode and maybe a different platform to create apps. Unfortunately, I don't have a Mac or an iPhone, so it seemed kind of pointless to me. Not pointless, I still love learning everything from this class, but I wish I was able to actually use my app on my own phone. That would have been really nice. Besides that, the class is great. I loved it. I loved everything we learned. I love the professor. He was a good guy. And then I wish I could improve the app in a lot of ways. I wish I could have added web API calls and finished Firebase so I can write to it. Wish I could have made the cart so it can check out. Maybe not actually check out, but save the data of the size and the quantity of the items they wanted. And it really upset me that I didn't have time to go back and make the tags work. I was really focused on trying to store and pull from Firebase to save all the information the user was putting in. But yeah, overall the class was great. Project, not to my best standard, but I really liked it. And that's about it. Thank you for listening, and see you.